It's been in the works for years. The BPD's motorcycle unit has been downsizing to its current level of just one motor cop. And when it's finally gone, so will that unit. 23 ABC's Mike Hart rides along with the last of this dying breed.
Officer Justin Enns has been riding a motorcycle for 6 years. When he joined the BPD's motorcycle unit in 2011, there were 24 bikes. Now, his BMW is the last one.
It can get lonely out there on the bike by myself.
The plan to eliminate the motorcycle patrols was put into motion years ago. City Manager Alan Tandy says at the heart of the reduction is safety. In the history of the BPD, there have been 8 officers killed in the line of duty. The last, David Nelson, killed in a pursuit nearly 2 years ago. But as for the first 7, 5 of the officers were riding motorcycles.
We were putting officers at unnecessary risk.
Not to mention, Tandy says there have been several forced retirements due to serious injuries. And in recent years, 39 workers' compensation claims costing $1.7 million.
But the bigger picture is the officers are now safer and less subject to serious injury.
But there are many that argue the motorcycle units provide something that patrol cars cannot, a faster response time to critical calls. Not to mention...
Well, be safe.
Thank you. The man pulled up next to me at the intersection and basically wanted to high-five me, and he was happy to see me out on a bike. And I'm always getting people asking me, I thought you guys were gone. And I always have to tell them I'm the last one.
Prepare for U-turn. Ready, go.
Members of the unit were also part of a drill team. This is video from 2001 during a rehearsal for a Memorial Day parade in Coalinga.
Those are memories for me as an officer that I'll have for the rest of my life. It was fun to see the community out there. It was fun to see them on the side of the roads watching us, clapping.
Correct.
Sergeant Dennis Moore rode a cycle for 2 years and now runs the traffic division. He says there have already been 15 fatalities involving car accidents in the city limits this year. And while there's no way to tell if more motor units would have reduced that number, he says the visibility aspect is a proven deterrent.
Running red lights or running stop signs or speeding or committing vehicle code violations.
Cars are easy to see from a long distance away, and these things just tend to pop up out of nowhere.
There is a second motorcycle that's no longer in service. It's stored in the same garage with some of the department's off-road enforcement options. Tandy says the idea of reviving the motorcycle unit in the future is always a possibility, especially with advances in technology.
I want to see if there have been advancements that will improve safety, so I can't ever say that it won't come back sometime.
And City Councilman Chris Parlier points to the continued growth of Bakersfield as a major reason why the city needs to find a way to bring the cycles back quickly and safely.
As we continue to grow, of course, our traffic congestion is going to continue to grow too. And motorcycles are more effective, I think, in a response nature.
I'd like to think that I'm not the last. I'm hopeful that eventually, more of us will be able to get back on bikes.
It is a delicate balancing act when it comes to a job that is inherently dangerous. Officer Enns says he hopes that instead of being the last of this so-called dying breed, he will instead be the first to lead its resurrection. In Bakersfield, Mike Hart, 23 ABC.
And there is no definitive date on when that last motorcycle will be retired. But as we were working on this story, the city gave police just last week the go-ahead to purchase 2 new motorcycles, but for special events that does not include regular patrol duties.